Hello friends, and welcome to the Storyteller's Guide on Gilding Light, where we take adventure storytelling to the next level. Thanks to our sponsors, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms and World Anvil. In the old days of tabletop gaming, all we needed were sharp weapons and a dungeon to use them in. Over the last 40 plus years, we've developed these adventures into character-rich stories with worlds that live and breathe on their own. Being an adventurer means more to the land now than ever before. I'm Satine Phoenix, your story guide for today's Storyteller's Guide episode called Making Meaningful Choices. Jane Goodall once said, "You cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make." This is true in life and in connecting characters to your world. It's easy to say make good choices, but in order to make these choices, you must understand what the character's intentions into the world are. Who are they and how do they want to be seen? What are they trying to put into the world? From here, you can begin to craft story threads that will offer the players choices whose consequences will make a difference to the character and the world. These intentions should open up a string of possibilities that might be different to what other intentions unlock. Consider how an NPC might treat different players based on who they are or how they present themselves. One might gain access to something while another might invoke rage. How the players react to these situations has a ripple effect on the community around them. You can use World Anvil session reports to help you keep track of your players' choices and actions and make secret notes about how individual NPCs and factions feel about the party. Choices. Big picture, long-term effect. Something said to an NPC or a small fight at the beginning of the adventure can have a ripple effect into the greater story. Perhaps the villain misinterprets an event the players are in and focuses on them. Or the characters gain an ally who helps or offers them a special item. One of my favorites is the consequence of clearing out an area. Are the forests around a village full of monsters? Did your players clear them out? Did they wonder why the monsters were there in the first place? Maybe they were protecting something within, or protecting the village from something bigger. Maybe you just gave access to a great evil, or actually have set up movement in the realm that will clear a path to the final big boss. Within the group dynamics, the key choice for players in Idle Champions is which champions ascend on an adventure and how players make them work together within the constraints of their formation. Do your players work together? Do the bad guys see your players squabble? This choice could have other consequences than just leaving an ally open to attack. Seeing PCs not get along might encourage the bad guys to infiltrate or tear the party apart from within. PC to NPC. One-on-one, you can weave these micro-choices into the game with various improbable consequences. Are they flirting with an NPC? Maybe the NPC flirts back, but has a jealous partner. Maybe they're nice to an NPC and the NPC decides to help them on their journey, or has a contact for them. Revealing facts to NPCs. To whom they give information might get someone on their side while gaining distrust from another group. Think about power. When you give power to one, it takes away from another, so always think about where power energy is moving and adjust NPC reactions to express this. Reaction, positive or negative to NPCs. If you yell at someone, talk down to someone, demand or act bossy, they will not react kindly, usually. If your players argue with an NPC, they might not get the information needed. You can withhold this information, or you can allow your players to realize the consequence of their actions, but be guided by someone more kind who has insight on the NPC to possibly redeem the situation. Honestly, that's what I like to do. Paths. Directional, left or right, or moral, good or bad. Consequences can be placed in dungeons by traveling down the left or right corridor, which moves the monsters within the dungeon. Rooms cleared first might change the entire playing field as the game goes on. Moral consequences are more delicate to handle. Find out from your party before the game how far you can go with pushing moral consequences. It's easier for a player to clear a room of monsters blindly than to find out the room was a nursery. That could possibly tread on boundaries, so make sure you discuss moral consequences or boundaries with your players. I repeat, please discuss boundaries with your players. Consequences are fun and enrich gameplay, but can trigger emotional reactions from players. So ask your players directly, what does the world mean to your character? What does your character mean to the world so far? How do you want to matter to the world? Over time, take note of how the players are reacting. Do the players learn from the cultures and consequences? Do the players reject the consequences? Okay, so before we continue, I want to address issues I see come up a lot in tabletop gaming. Consequences aren't just within the game. I see them bleed into real life. Punishment. I see a lot of game masters punishing their players because they don't like the way the players handle situations, or they want the players to interact with NPCs differently. Remember, this is a game to be played with your players. If you find your players are frustrated by all the consequences, take a break and powwow with them. Discuss what kind of game they would rather play, or give them clues on how to better handle NPCs. Maybe by introducing a helper NPC who guides them in etiquette. Maybe they don't understand the dynamics of the society, and the guide they can help them clarify, or you can be direct with them. Communication will be key here. Don't say, because I said so. Nobody likes that. If players don't trust you'll pull back, it means talk to your players more. Listen to what they're experiencing and take their words to heart. Railroading. Don't let your consequences feel like a railroad. If you give your players real choices, there should be a way forward or sideways within each choice. Don't tell your players they made a stupid choice. That's rude and mean. It's belittling and will rip away the confidence your players have grown by playing together. The choice they made is the choice they made, and there aren't any do-overs. So move forward, and if they've gotten themselves into a predicament, keep your Game Master poker face on and continue playing. Keep all of this in mind as we move forward, because these are easy traps to fall into as Game Masters who put all of our extra time into creating games for others to play. We are here to play with our players, not against them. It's collaborative storytelling, and we all volunteer our free time to play and be vulnerable. Well, I'm ready to make an adventure, so let's discuss all of this with our special guests and begin our quest here on the Storyteller's Guide after these short videos.
Hi, I'm Benwin Bronzebottom, celebrity dwarf and video game enthusiast, and this is my sidekick, Crowy.
Hello.
We're here to tell you about Untitled Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons-based strategy management game from Codename Entertainment. They're Canadian, so you know it's good.
Let's talk about the game. Did you ever play Cookie Clicker?
Of course not.
This game is a management game like that, but with far more emphasis on strategy. And with a flavoring of D&D's lore and legendary heroes, you can unlock your favorite champions like Farida from Aaron and Evan's Brimstone Angels saga, Minsk and Boo from Baldur's Gate, and the fourth and final member of Acquisitions Incorporated the C Team, Amy Falcone's Walnut Dongras.
The K is silent.
Create the best adventuring party possible based on the formation options, your character's ability, and the obstacles and enemies you face.
Or you just randomly click on things like I do and hope for the best.
You can click on enemies to assist your champions, or you can set them up and walk away and let them do their thing. It's entirely up to you.
I'm playing on the toilet right now.
Why wouldn't you be? Untitled Champions is available on all your favorite gaming platforms, including tablets, for the low, low price of free. So download it now.
End with joke.
You're not supposed to read
It
that.
says end with joke.
No, we're supposed to come up with a joke to go with where it says end with joke.
I don't know. End with joke is pretty funny.
Wait, on three. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
End with joke. I think it's funny. It's very funny.
One of the biggest problems that storytellers face while in session is that when you're searching through your notes and books, you're breaking the flow of the game. World Anvil allows you to manage your lore, the stat blocks of your PCs, NPCs, and monsters, your music, handouts, and so much more from a single screen. Fill your maps with lore and bring your worlds to life by connecting locations, NPCs, races, and monsters to the lands of your world with interactive maps. Track the history of your world, the adventures of your party, and all your major NPCs with timelines. World Anvil is not just for D&D 5e, it supports any other game you want, since you can build stat blocks in any system you're running and play your campaign in it, as every proper homebrew tool should aim to do. Oh, and you can make your own system too. Create an account now at worldanvil.com and join the World Builders Guild. Use the code Storyteller for a whopping up to 30% off Master and Grandmaster memberships. That's worldanvil.com. Hi everyone, welcome to the Storyteller's Guide here on Gilding Light, where we show you how easy it is to create stories. And we're gonna do that within the next half hour-ish. Today we have amazing guests. To my right, your left, I don't know what's right and left. We have Mitch Iverson, known for his work on Voltron and Fast and the Furious. He is a writer. And you can find him at Mitch_Iverson on Twitter. Also, we have Bonnie Gordon, half of the Library Bards, a voiceover actress. I don't know if that's the way to put it, but I'm doing it anyway. And also TTRPG streamer, and that's at BonnieBellG on Twitter. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.
And if I mess that up at all, you know, just fix it. Just tell me what you do.
No, that was perfect. You're hired.
Thanks. I want to share with the audience a little bit about you guys. So you both are storytellers in your own way. You write songs. You are a character professionally, I guess.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, you're a professional character.
Yeah.
You write for TV. And what are your guys' favorite aspects of creating stories?
Ooh, me first? Okay. So when it comes to storytelling, again, I love using music. Whenever, not even going with Library Bards, because with Library Bards we're a parody band, so of course we're like celebrating fandoms with, you know, songs that we love. But with my own personal music, like original music, I always see and visualize like almost a music video first before I solidify the lyrics. So I kind of do it backwards. Usually people write the songs and then come up with like a music video for it. Like in my brain, I'm like, oh, this would be a perfect cool thing for a music video. I don't even have a music video for any of my original music, but if I did, they would be amazing because I visualize the story first before writing the song and like the world of where the song is coming from. And then I guess same thing with creating characters for RPGs and whatnot. I love creating characters with like interesting backstories and secrets. I love secrets in my characters because I love slowly revealing things about someone, and then kind of maybe like shocking the table a little bit, and you know, even like kind of shocking the DM a little bit to where, not always, because you know, some DMs are like, you should have told me this, but you know what I mean. I love having that like just one aspect of a personality that you know, I think it creates characters that are a little bit more dimensional and also you know, because everyone has their secrets, and not every person you meet has every detail about themselves written on a piece of paper. So I kind of like that aspect of creating like secrets and fun little backstories and little quirks that you discover as you play.
That's super fun.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, you know, in TV, there's like a team that creates the story. So for me, the like camaraderie is probably my favorite part of it, and the communal aspect of it, which translates directly to playing D&D. Like, you are on a team usually, you're all working together, and writing can be a very solitary endeavor sometimes. So to like come together and break story, it's to me the most exciting part, and I just like getting on the same page and having fun, you know.
Well, that's perfect for today because that is what we're going to do.
Ooh.
Are you guys ready to make an adventure?
No.
Ah, well, that's it. We're out.
We're the yin and yang of preparedness.
Yes and no. Well, good, because this is improv. So there is no right or wrong way to do this. And what I want to show people is that, you know, all ways are good as long as you get it done.
Like it.
All right. So the prompts for today is making a story where characters' choices are meaningful.
Okay.
And ensuring consequences for their choices.
Okay.
It's a little more abstract than what we've done in the past here on Storyteller's Guide. Imagine there's 4 characters, they're like beginner characters,
Okay.
level 3, and the story about 4 hours long.
Okay.
Okay.
So, ready,
Yes.
set, begin!
We open in a small village.
No, all right, good.
Okay.
We open in a small village.
Okay,
Where do you go from there?
Establishing.
This village used to be very, you know, I guess not metropolis, but you know, it used to be very banging or, you know,
Banging is a good
popular.
word.
Used to be less. So.
But it's been going through a drought recently,
Ah.
and so a lot of the resources have been cleared out. A lot of people have moved away from the village. There's still like the staple, like the tavern, the little shops and whatnot, but a lot of people don't come through very often anymore because it's just kind of becoming a ghost town.
Kind of like Dust Bowl-y?
Yeah, a little
Okay,
bit, a
alright.
little
Yeah.
Dust Bowl-y.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
people, the ones who stuck around, they're a little harder. You know, they've seen some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people that are staying there would want to leave, but they don't know where they would go. Like, this town is all they've known. So, you know, they haven't really ventured off past their town, except for maybe like 1 or 2 of them that have really seen some poop. You know, I don't know if what I can say. They've really seen some stuff, and even though this town is not flourishing like it used to, it's still better than what they've seen, and they still feel like it's kind of like the only home that they have. So,
And because they used to be banging, they have like a sense of pride.
yeah.
Even though somebody like rolling through might
Like
say,
Glory Days style?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this place used to XYZ.
Yeah, back in my day, we had the theater, and this, and the, yeah. Exactly.
Okay, so the characters, are they from the town or are they visitors into this town?
I say visitors.
I would say visitors, and maybe let's make one of them part of the town.
Oh,
that
okay.
like used to that used to be a visitor and ended up staying, and kind of like guiding them along the way, like you know,
Okay.
to where like,
I like it.
yeah. So like 3 visitors come in, and are just like, oh, this is not, and he's like, no, we need your help. Like we can maybe the village got like cursed or something to where now if we can break the curse.
Ah.
It'll rain.
I can
It's
feel
been like
the ideas. Look at his head.
what if like it's been cursed to where no rain will fall upon the village?
All right,
like
so now that's what they
something.
see. Now
Okay.
let's talk about behind the scenes.
Okay.
What was it that cursed it, and why did they curse it?
I'm gonna go.
Oh no, sorry. No,
No,
I don't.
please.
I'm just
No, at the
my
same
coffee's
time.
kicking in.
Hit it.
It was a lover's quarrel,
Okay.
and basically it was this beautiful sorceress. And this man that she fell in love with, and they were very happy, but he says, I'm sorry, I can't stay here. My home is
In the nether realm.
Nether realm, sure, and we'll call it Netherland.
That is now canon
All right,
to this story.
Netherlands village, in the Netherland. Okay, well, that's a real place, but we'll just go with it.
But now also a pretend place.
But they call it Netherland. You have to go second road to the right, straight on till dawn.
Oh, you hit Netherlands, so what you want is Netherlands.
Netherland, the little village, Netherland.
So she's from this village.
She's from a different village.
So this is
was,
Netherland.
He was from Netherland.
Okay.
I guess so, right? Sure. Help me out here, buddy.
I'm sorry, I'm just enjoying the story.
They got into a lover's quarrel, and he goes, "I'm sorry, my I love you, but my true love is my home. I grew up there. Like I need to go back. I'm there. I'm, almost maybe he's like the leader of this town, and in doing so, she was a woman scorned, and everyone knows that's never good. Take note." And,
I didn't say that.
but and so she, in a fit of rage, cursed the town, so that no matter, because her tears, they were so plentiful. She was like, he'll never.
Okay, so
feel my
this is
tears.
Netherland.
The village is in Netherland.
Yes.
So this village is Netherland, which is in the Nether realm.
And so she's not giving
She's
the
not
town her tears?
Yeah, she basically took all the moisture out of this town.
All right,
so
nice.
she's like, oh, you don't love
Dried
me.
up.
And she dried it up.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so you've got these characters who come in, and you've got this town. So we have a situation. All right. So now we have to come up with a path for these people to fix a thing. And so all of so I guess it's kind of like an open-ended, not choose your own adventure because that's TM'd, not a endless quest because I think that is also TM'd, but an open-ended adventure that has multiple paths that you could travel down.
All right, I have so many ideas. I'm very excited. This is so exciting.
All right.
So we're like Pathfinders. Just kidding.
and not Pathfinders, TM.
So the three of us are kind of, are we like, we're basically DMing this right now together as a joint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, nice.
Okay.
This is our adventure that
Okay.
we're making together.
Okay.
All right. So where do we go from there?
Okay. Let's start in my favorite place of every DM campaign, the Tavern.
The Tavern, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Boom! Let's get drunk!
Also, that could be a way to start.
Yeah. They're
It's
low
always
on water, but they're not low on spirit.
I mean, they have trade with other villages and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's just now they don't have many resources to trade at all. So it's almost like a charity for the other villages, like giving them water and resources.
And if they can have travelers roll through and buy their alcohol, that's really good for them. We're doing a good act. They need our commerce.
So maybe this
Or
town
players' commerce.
has a lot of breweries, had a lot of breweries. So they
Okay,
actually have a lot of stock
Yes.
so that they don't go completely thirsty.
So they don't have water. Yes.
Yeah, this is a very
None of that
drunk
one
town.
is
Yeah.
free.
This is like,
Well,
we're
there's no
all
consequences, right?
Yeah.
So
You just went to Burning Man, right?
I know, exactly.
I think
Everyone's
they're-
like, we're so dehydrated right now, everybody.
Why doesn't anyone have water? And why is there so much alcohol here?
They're just drinking liquid death.
Yes.
Ding! Okay,
Okay.
so Act 1, Act
Okay.
2, Act 3. We've got the situation, which is drought. And then, you're right, this is all in my head. It's all Burning Man. This is actually a real story.
and yeah, and you know what's funny though? Like I didn't even think about that. So like I feel like now we can
to
draw
bring
from your
more-
personal
that's right.
experiences,
Oh,
which
Lord.
is what storytelling should
Yeah.
convey.
Exactly. Okay. Back on track.
Sorry.
Characters, situation. Now the path to what are the paths that these people can go down to solve whatever problems, and do we bring multiple issues or multiple solutions?
Okay, what if the man who scorned the woman who left her is now old now. And he's like the old like wise man of the village type of thing, and he finally comes clean about like no one knows why the village got cursed, and now he's like maybe he knows his life. There's not much time left, and he's like he's telling them this like. He's been holding this guilt in, drowning his sorrows literally at the tavern all the time. And now he's like finally coming clean about why the town was cursed the way it was. So now there's like a reason to do it now and not since, wow.
No, that's good.
It's
No,
an
you're
exciting
good.
incident.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and in doing so, well, now I'm like going ahead of myself.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
good. No, you
okay.
can go ahead because we can. There is no linear way to do this. You
Okay.
can actually jump ahead so that you can kind of fill in the blanks in the back end.
So basically, I can like reveal something that I wouldn't reveal later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is like behind the screen is
'cause
what
we're,
we're
like,
doing.
crafting it.
We're
Okay.
crafting it, and then we come up with all the ways that the players get
Got
to
it.
like follow.
This is
what
so
it's
it gets
like.
to me because
This
I
is
like to
what
keep
it's
the
like.
secret. So I'm like, no.
No. they're
So
Dungeon
I
Masters
wanted
now.
them to go like on this journey to find the sorceress, but then later on you find out that she's passed already, to where they're thinking that there is no way to solve this curse, but she had a child with him, and the child is the key to breaking the curse.
Okay.
But now she's like a grown woman.
So we gotta go make her cry.
No. Oh gosh.
Well, that could be a thing. Well, see, now we have multiple solutions. We have to send the people on a quest to fix the town. The guy comes clean. They're like, oh, we have to go and either talk to the woman. Some things that you can have them do is convince her to come back.
Yeah.
Or ask her for a solution.
Right.
Right?
Because he's too old to travel and do it himself. He has to send the adventurers for him.
Exactly. And then you find out that she has a child. She's no longer around. The child is probably like teens, 20s.
Yeah, let's say early 20s. Let's go with that.
And then, so this is where choice and consequence. So that's like the name of this game is choices and consequences. So as a game master, we would think of multiple ways, like if the adventurers approached the situation in one way, these are multiple outcomes. If they come at it in a very like aggressive way, these are some outcomes. So let's think about them meeting this person, this child, this not young child. Okay, so what is the personality of this person?
I would say maybe they're very bitter because their mother's told. Maybe the mother has told the child that their father is gone, is dead. Like, you know what I mean? So they don't even know that their father's still alive. I probably raised in magic, like learning magic, probably very like powerful, like her mother. Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to give her a twist.
Are they
we want, like maybe her mother, like in that raising her, in that like kind of saying like she didn't know her father, but she knows that town and she doesn't like that town. So she's been inculcated in a way of like, do not like this town. So we're coming saying, can you rescue this town? She's like, no, they're evil.
No, I've heard of this town. Like this is the town that killed my father or something weird like that. Yeah, maybe the mother like warped the story to where like the father was. Yeah.
That is so cool.
So we gotta go unbrainwash someone.
Unbrainwash. At least
dirty brain someone.
Dirty. You have to convince them of whatever other truth or whatever truth, or so that would be the character's goal is to come up with a solution to change the story in this person's head using whatever avenues they could possibly, whatever truths. Maybe it's a back and forth thing where they're like, we'll be right back, we need more information.
I came up with a cool idea.
What you got?
So I wanted the man to give them a letter to give to the woman, to the sorceress, like almost like a love letter, like regret, like saying like even though he left, his heart will always still belong to her and stuff like that, and that it was nothing personal. It was like like he just wanted to say like, I'm sorry for the way it ended, like typical sweet, like kind of like a
deathbed stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And then I want see now I'm just like
good.
Now I'm just like metagaming too with my own.
We are dungeon masters. We're the only ones allowed to metagame.
Ooh.
Yes.
See, I've never DM'd before, so I think this is. I'm like, ooh. I want like the sorceress to just literally grab it and like turn it into a flame and not even read it.
Oh, that's cool.
But then later have it be revealed that the bard of the party read it and memorized it to song so that it could be heard. Aww. But obviously that would be a player choice. So.
Yeah, well, there's some things that you can probably, as a game master, you can prompt, right? So in this case, perhaps we have actually pre-made characters. And that usually helps. Or as a game master, I'll write a list of questions and have them answer it, but kind of lead them on. Yeah. I lead them.
There's a letter and it says, and you say like, did you want to read it?
Yes.
And then if they read it, say, did you want to memorize it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Nice.
Or you make a character who has a keen senses, I think.
Keen sense of memory or something.
Yeah, exactly. So you have what's it called? Idyllic.
They can Sherlock Holmes it, basically. They can go back into their mind palace and being like, aha, yes, to Cynthia,
Yeah, exactly. So you can plant it.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe could even be a sending stone or something, like a voicemail message.
Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, we can do that.
Exactly. A hologram.
It's Princess Leia.
Yeah. Exactly.
She says, "We're dying of thirst."
Next message.
I don't know her.
So, okay, the point of it is to bring the rain down, uncurse this thing. So, either they lift a curse, or they convince, or they find a new way to bring rain and bring moisture into this.
Cleric is like, well, I just cast a spell. What's the big deal?
Every minute, just keep hitting that button.
But it doesn't work. Yes, it's magically
it's
blocked.
void. Yeah. She was very powerful.
Yes.
I would say that the child, even if they wanted to break the curse, wouldn't know how. It's one of those things where almost like, you know, how do you break an unbreakable curse type of thing, to where and then it would
This is a good act 2, right? So you're like, oh, we have the solution. We're gonna go find. Right. Oh no.
So maybe she's like, okay, if I want to try and break this, I need certain ingredients to help. So maybe the second act is them like having to go and find these different ingredients to help create like this potion or spell that she'll have to make in order to bring the rain back. And in doing so, that's where you can bring the combat in and different things like that, where they have to like fight, you know, a monster or two in order to find these different elements.
So you can have a thing where it's, I can't do it, I need you to go on a quest to go find these things. But if they're assholes, this person might not want to help them. So what is the other option that they could go like, okay, well, that's not going to work. So this is where choice is consequences.
Right.
If you're a douchebag, what are other ways for you to help save this town? Without it feeling like, oh, well, we didn't do that, we can't do anything for this town.
Right.
Well, is there anything into like, there's this magical spell that's like blocking that. I mean, we believe that she's the one that can dispel that, but maybe if she says no, we have to find another way to do it ourselves.
Exactly.
Which actually kind of, we can still pre-build all those things where you need these ingredients. So we find it another way, but you can still reuse them.
Like maybe if she has like a book, it's like a giant shelf of like spell books or whatever, and then you can kind of guide the players, be like, you know, maybe the magical being in their party, like the wizard, you can tell them like, you notice one of the books on the shelf is of curses and anti-curses or whatever, like, you know, and her back is turned type of thing.
Yeah.
That could also be loot. If she decides not to help,
exactly,
you can fight her.
Exactly. Yeah, you could. Maybe they if they are truly assholes, maybe they think, oh, to break the curse, we have to kill the bloodline, you know, and that's horrible.
But she better be strong though. We're talking, you're risking TPK when you do this.
I like that. It's good. It's a good first mini boss, right?
Yeah,
because you want them to like hit that threshold. This is your first big threshold guardian to make your characters go, oh, this is not just an easy quest. Like this is, we have to be more thoughtful about this. So, okay, you got her, you got the spell book. The spell book, you open it up. There's 3 things that you need to get. This is a short one, so it's like 4 hours, right? So 3 things that you need to acquire, and going after those items, you know, gradually harder, obviously.
Pulling from the quest, Dragon's Tears. You have to get Dragon's Tears.
Okay, cool.
And so that means they have to like figure out a way not only to be in the presence of a dragon without getting eaten or, you know, shish kebabbed.
Yeah.
But they have to, is that a word? Yeah. They also have to like figure out how do we harness a dragon's tears?
And you think it's making her cry of sadness, but really you gotta tell them a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's my favorite.
And this dragon does not have a great sense of humor. I'm talking like I'm very yeah. I am not
That's
amused.
Cool.
It's very
so that would be your big battle at the end is coming up with a way.
Of wits. Because the dragon is actually because they're gonna think it's like a battle, and then. But it's like, man, this dragon's difficult.
Right? So that'll be a good thing. Let's think of the other 2 items. You've got the Dragon's Tears at the end, which is the hardest. But the other 2 items, what are the other 2 items and what would they have to fight to get them?
I'm thinking of stuff that has to deal with like rain and moisture. So maybe like the morning dew off a certain flower. So like that way it has to be timed out. It has to be like a morning dew before dawn breaks or something like that, like or at the crack of dawn. So it has to be like perfectly timed and.
But that area is very dangerous.
It's a very dangerous area. It's like it's in like a fairy realm or something where.
So what are
the jerks.
And you can't.
Yeah, wisps,
and it's like it's like a guarded flower or something, and you have to collect the
with other flowers that will eat you.
Oh,
nice. Ooh, monster flowers.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So we got wisps and monster flowers to fight. Okay, so the second one.
Cool. I want to play this one. Can we play this next?
Totally.
Okay, great.
So the next one.
Okay.
What is the second?
I'm trying to think of something else that has to do with like moisture. Ooh, maybe okay. A vial of water from like the center of a lock. It has to be like a lock. You have to go to the center.
Cool.
And be in the center. So not only are you in the center of the lake, you have to be in the center.
So you can have like
depth
a visual
and width
thing that's like.
And then there's a monster in the water that guards.
What is the monster?
I'm gonna go with a shark. That's a mutant. That
A
has
mutant?
freaking laser beams on its head.
No, that works. That works.
Oh yeah.
So we have
magic missile.
Ah, magic missile forehead shark.
Magic
that's
missile
a
forehead
brutal
shark.
one. Okay, magic missile forehead shark. That's hard.
Yeah, that might be the
Yeah.
big boss. The dragon might be the easy one.
I know, right? Yeah, and I guess they can choose their own path. So they get these things, and they bring them back to the village.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we wrap this up, showing that their choices were
Consequential.
yes.
I would say if they were able to convince the sorceress to come, to where if she in the village does the potion, the anti-curse, and tries to break it, and then nothing happens, and then like she's feeling remorse, like because she's seeing the town, she's finally seeing it, and then if the guy is on his deathbed, and you know they have like a moment. And as like a DM, like you can have like all the players there, and then like having like
And the villagers.
and just like having this like really nice like role playing moment to where like maybe like right when he's dying, she's like I forgive you, and that's what breaks the curse.
It's their own tears that break the curse.
It's the It's like that forgiveness. The sorceress needed to forgive him, and even though she's dead, her daughter in her place is able to forgive him, and that's what breaks the curse. And then as soon as he passes, as he's dying, it starts to rain, and then it'd be pretty. And curtain.
So good. And you can have the villagers, right?
Yeah.
The villagers need to, like, in my opinion, I feel like the characters need to understand the weight of their choices, right? And having the villagers play a part in that.
We could also have something happen with. We had one character that had spent time in this town. They could have like a relative there, like a dying mother, or like something that brings them involved in that town. So there's an emotional like weight too to like we got to save this town.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And we could have something early on, like if you want to make this kind of westerny, like in the Act 1 when they roll into town, bandits come in and they're like, they got all this booze, let's rip them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now they
maybe,
extra have nothing.
Yeah, they
Yes.
have nothing,
Oh,
and
Maybe the bandits are gonna come back, so it's like we gotta like get this town back on its feet before they get wiped out. So like there's
timing.
a ticking clock. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
you know,
I love
all
that
the
taking
farmers,
thought.
they have nothing to farm. You know, there's nothing. There's nothing like.
Everyone's drunk, and if nobody does anything, the whole thing's gonna fall apart.
I mean, this sounds like my kind of town. I'm just like, hey,
Did you think of
everybody.
Vegas just
I mean,
now?
we
Again,
just
yeah,
did.
we basically just created a Vegas Burning Man
Yes.
town.
Awesome. So there's only a couple more questions.
Okay.
It's a very interesting story, by the way, guys.
I'm very
So
excited.
the name of the sorceress. I told you this is the hardest part.
Delina.
Ooh,
I
Delina.
like it. Oh wow. Okay, and the name of the child.
Windra.
Ooh.
The name of the man who scorned her.
Bob. No, I'm just kidding. Darn you, Bob. Something. I think he would just be like human male. You know.
Kendrick.
Ooh, Kendrick.
You are good with names, guys.
Yeah.
I'm stealing your method.
Oh,
Can.
good. Yes. Cool. And we've made our own characters, but we can have the dungeon masters make up their own characters. We have. What's the name of the dragon?
Megabyte.
Perfect.
Megabyte the dragon.
And the last question
But
for
wait,
today's adventure.
The shark. We need to name the shark. I feel like that's important. He has magic missile
Do
laser.
you think
True.
he's sentient?
Oh yeah.
He has a name? Okay.
Is he kind of? I feel like he might be a little.
Or maybe
derpy,
okay,
though.
maybe not the name. Maybe okay, but like
Little kind
what
of
they call
sharkish,
him.
yeah.
Like what the locals call him. Like the evil monster, the
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like kind of how they have like the Loch Ness monster. Like we need like
Yeah.
that, like the.
The Carnodon.
Ooh, the
Nice.
Carnodon.
Okay, last question.
This is so fun.
What is the name of this adventure?
Sorry.
What
Tears of Netherland.
Ooh. Yeah.
I love it. That's amazing. And that wraps up our adventure for today. Thank you guys so much.
No, let's keep going. I got more.
I know,
Let's go.
right?
Let's go. This is so
We'll
exciting.
follow this up in season 2.
Okay.
Right? What happens next in Netherland?
Yes. You
why
thought Bringing the Rain would be good, but no.
No. Yeah, 'cause
Now
that
it won't
never
stop
ends.
raining.
It won't stop
Oh,
raining. My wishes never turn out the way I want them to. Okay, where can people find you on the internet?
Twitter at Mitch_Iverson.
Twitter and Instagram at BonnieBelleG, and also if you want to search the parody band that I'm in, at Library Bards. I have to do the jazz hands every time. It's in our contract.
And I am Satine Phoenix, at Satine Phoenix on all the things. And I hope you guys enjoyed the Storyteller's Guide. We are very happy to share more adventures with you in the future. Huge thank you to our sponsors, Idle Champions and World Anvil. And until next time, dear storytellers, we'll see you later.